देश की सबसे ऊंची हवाई पट्टी आपात लैंडिंग के लिए तैयार। जम्मू लद्दाख के न्योमा के मधु इलाके में देश की सबसे ऊंची हवाई पट्टी आपात लैंडिंग के लिए तैयार हो गई है। इसका 90% काम पूरा हो चुका है और अगस्त 2025 के उपरांत सभी प्रकार के लड़ाकू विमान इस एयरफील्ड पर उतर सकेंगे। यह एयरफील्ड चीन के लिए एक चुनौती के तौर पर तैयार किया जा रहा है। अधिकारियों ने बताया कि पूर्वी लद्दाख के मधु में भारत के सबसे ऊंचे हवाई क्षेत्र का निर्माण पूरा होने वाला है, जिसका 90% काम पहले से ही हो चुका है। अधिकारियों ने पुष्टि की कि 13,000 फीट की ऊंचाई पर स्थित हवाई क्षेत्र का रनवे आपातकालीन लैंडिंग के लिए तैयार है और अगस्त 2025 तक पूरी तरीके से चालू हो जाएगा। Passenger traffic at Bangalore International Airport grows 9% to 40 million. Passenger traffic at Bangalore International Airport grew 9% year-on-year to 40.73 million in 24, driven by higher air traffic movements and the addition of new destinations, Bangalore International Airport Limited had said. The airport handled 37 million passengers in January to December 2023. The airport also reported its highest annual cargo tonnage of 496 million tons in 2024, reflecting strong performance in international and domestic segments. नोएडा एयरपोर्ट को NH-34 से जोड़ा जाएगा। नोएडा इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट को मल्टी मोडाल कनेक्टिविटी में एक और कड़ी जोड़ने की प्रक्रिया तेज हो गई है। अब NH-34 से कनेक्टिविटी की संभावना तलाशी जा रही है। इसको लेकर प्राधिकरण और NHAI के अधिकारियों के बीच पहले चरण की वार्ता में अलाइनमेंट को लेकर विचार विमर्श हो चुका है। यदि इस कनेक्टिविटी पर सहमति बन जाती है तो उत्तराखंड से मध्य प्रदेश तक एयरपोर्ट पर माल ढुलाई आसानी हो जाएगी। इसके अलावा गाजियाबाद, दादरी, नोएडा, बुलंदशहर और अलीगढ़ जैसे जिलों और राज्यों से यात्रियों को एयरपोर्ट से सीधी कनेक्टिविटी मिलेगी। Flyer of boarded handed over to cops for theft at airport. The suspect removed 50,000 cash and an iPhone from a bag. He discarded the phone in a dustbin and left the bag in the washroom at gate 12 before boarding flight. Not relevant. Akasa's unique dilemma: too many pilots, too little flying. The global shortage of aircraft has disrupted Akasa Air's expansion plan, creating a surplus of hundreds of pilots. With Boeing 737 MAX deliveries slowing in 2024, nearly 4,000 of Akasa's 850 pilots remain grounded, originally scheduled for 12 months. Post-joining training timelines have stretched to 18 months, with some pilots fearing a further delay of 6 months. Akasa currently operates a fleet of 26 aircraft, but employs far more pilots than needed for its operations. The airline offers grounded pilots a salary equivalent to 14 flying hours, resulting in an income 50% lower than peers involved in active flying. The financial strain affects both mid-career pilots and new recruits burdened by training loans of 60 lakh to 1.2 crores. Are lithium batteries on flights dangerous? The three position papers are numbered POS 01, 02 and 03. The second paper is motivated by a different kind of fires caused by lithium-ion batteries compared to internal combustion engines. When a lithium-ion battery pack bursts into flames, it releases toxic fumes, burns violently, and is extremely hard to put out. Frequently, firefighters' only option is to let it burn out by itself. The position paper thus asked airports, rescue and firefighting services, operators, and grounded service providers to acquire or develop purpose-built fire safety equipment or protocols. The third paper extends these concerns to flight deck, the area colloquially called the cockpit in civilian aircraft, where batteries may be present in components required to operate the aircraft. It also called attention to studies by the US FAA and the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, finding that existing fire kits couldn't respond adequately to fires of lithium ion batteries an energy rating of 100 watt hour or higher. First paper is concerned with safe transport of lithium-ion batteries, especially UN regulations 3480 and 3481. Since the UN classifies these batteries as miscellaneous dangerous goods, the regulations specify pan and packaging labeling standards required to transport them by air. 3480 applies to lithium-ion batteries transported in bulk, and 3481 lithium-ion batteries fit inside some equipment that's being transported in bulk. One difference between the two regulations is that 3480 requires the batteries to be charged to less than 30% and also known as state of charge 30%, whereas 3481 doesn't. This first paper contends that 3481 doesn't adopt this restriction because it's assumed manufacturers would install safeguards in the equipment to prevent a fire from one battery spreading to the others. But as the engine density of batteries and number of settings in which they are used is increasing and the size of equipment that uses them is shrinking, IFA LPS position is that SOC's 30% limit should extend to 3481 as well. Lithium-ion batteries have emerged solution a proper solution to storing electric energy because they are energy dense, rechargeable, and can be made in almost any shape, which is useful when there are space constraints as onboard an aircraft. But lithium ion batteries have been known to catch fire when they are subjected to certain physical stresses. The fire is a result of stress, creating a short circuit inside a battery, leaving it to keep producing electric current, heat, and oxygen. 10 grounded SpiceJet aircraft to be back in air by mid-April. Singapore-bound flight turns back due to technical issues. A scheduled Air India flight, Air India 346, on the Chennai-Singapore sector returned to base safely on Friday after the crew experienced technical difficulties. The Airbus 321 had left Chennai at 12:33 am and had climbed to 30,000 feet when the crew squawked the emergency transponder code 7600 around 2 am. According to an aviation source, this indicates that an aircraft has experienced radio communication issues or has lost radio contact. After the crew followed standard operating procedures with Chennai Air Traffic Control, the aircraft was put in holding pattern at an altitude of 10,000 feet in the airspace over Bay of Bengal to burn fuel. The jet then made safe landing at 4:12 am and was parked in a bay at a secondary runway. An airline spokesperson said alternate arrangements were promptly made and nearly 160 passengers were flown to Singapore on a relief aircraft, an Airbus 320neo, at 7:20 am on Friday.